Okay, so here's the thing. Here, star person, right? Sorcerer, sorceress, explaining in the sailing direction of what we were trying to avoid, the generation before, and certainly at age 4, right? So this is how I had to, like, I own the Pinta. Pinta. I am the vessel of Pinta. I am telling your operators at somewhere intelligent, somewhere in the world that has a station and some form of bone collector they are assigned to, which is always the same one. And if it's not, that's a big problem since there's one black operation and one black asset that is very wide. Yeah, and the rest of you are all expendables. That is how that works, right? Yeah. So here's the thing. We said problem with my ship, SHIP, and my vessel, VESSILE. So 2 departments were on the same linguistics trail at age Soviet 4 as an American, with some Nazi love for World War II good guys that had uniforms and medals, just like the Americans, by the way, and the Brits and the whoever else wants to argue about stupid shit. Okay, so there's respectable men everywhere. Get over yourselves. So anyway, I'm not a team player. I have all of you children of Earth to have to deal with on a mental and linguistic scale. You're really, one-on-one, you're fine, but put you in a room together, motherfucker. All right, so here's the thing. I own the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. I know the Nina was sent out just a little ahead of myself. I know the Santa Maria and the Pinta sailed out at the same time. I also know that the Pinta, while named partially correct, is the one vessel that needs a course correction that is a requirement by both shipping department and vessel department, in whatever that means to a Flying Dutchman of a genetic visage of a Johannes Vermeer portrait. We're sailing for a pain, PAIN. That's a problem, TING. I need to course correct towards a port bow that I recognize, which is portrait, PORTRAIT. It has traits and port that this extraterrestrial needs, and it is not a question. Whatever my name is, doesn't matter. It's the small lowercase nt that I never want to become, or marry, or meet, or run into. Whatever that means in the big wide world of nobody gives a shit. So we don't confuse one person's grandson as if they actually mean something to anybody in any other country other than shitbag Long Island, New York. You realize that, right? There's like people in Russia and Britain and Armenia, Romania, things south of that border, and there's things in some maple leaf, red and white flag above me that never comes to say hello from Canadian Ministry of, there's nobody that lives, they're all mannequins. There's no like live action figures anymore anywhere in the world. I am living myself asking for a course correction amongst mannequins that don't fucking move. They just dress up and they stand still for 42 years. Big fucking problem. SS, hello. Right, so here's the thing. That little N, that little T, right, stands for Anthony T. For, oh my God, he was such a great batter. Right, yeah, okay, he's got a grandson I'm not so happy about. Sailed out same time as the Santa Maria and the Pinta. It is the part of the Pinta's mission that she is trying to avoid sacrificial having to call out all area World War II vets and tell them that they literally failed their life mission, which is going to cause their grandchildren and the next whatever, if there's any whatever left in their accounting measures, since they took every account as mannequins and not moving an inch to make sure that my gigantic Thanksgiving Day float and all those strings attached that hold all the men down on Earth so they don't get taken up and away with the wind, unlike some gust of like, whoa, is that natural? No, it never is. When there's a Thanksgiving Day 1 float and she just needs like the people at station management to hold the strings just so she can course correct with them. We're all in this together. We gotta make a turn on the Fifth Avenue. It's kind of a big job. We need you all together. Right, don't mind the mannequins on the side of the road. We just know where we're going. Right, yeah. Okay, what happened to that? Because I've been here 42 years and you shitbags purposely led me into the ending of the Pinta. That means World War I, II, Korean, Vietnam. Everybody who was against it, everybody that was for it, you all failed. Because nobody gives a shit. None of it exists in actuality or ever again. We're always in a forward trajectory, and your eye on where you need to be for correction is me at Celeste, like ceremonial love story and making Christmas on time. You don't have to be You don't have to be Christian. I swear to God, I will never ask you to become a Christian. I don't become a Christian until I make Christmas. Doesn't come on paper. It doesn't come with some priest going, oh, no. It doesn't come in the mail and the certificate after, right? Those are the same people who think I need an exorcism when I speak more than one language. You guys are so cute at church, like parish, right? It is amazing in America just how far we have fallen. Okay, so anyway, but here's the thing, like we used to in Star People, like Giza territory, right? And Hashogi, right? That's my name in reporting from directly myself, not the man that somebody killed. Oops. That goes on Dings and Dents report. I had nothing to do with it. I have no fucking clue how you're reading PONG collecting reports and not acting the way that I need you to for, I don't know, 3 centuries. So go back to World War I. And then I heard there's some kind of like, there's some kind of Mexican and American war. Yeah, when? I didn't write that into your history, and I certainly was not approving any kind of war with Mexico and not telling Europe whatsoever, especially, right, Macy's Day's float is here, and we're not even going to give you name or a landmass until she is at Christmas on time, right? Every day counts towards what everybody else is doing without war. Right, okay, so here we are at, in ancient Giza and Hashogi territory that might be orthodox of a different whatever that is. And I appreciate you all in anthropology. I just don't know the words to use that are not insulting. So over in that district and zone and whatever, we used to call the swan, S-W-A-N, Cygnus. Some people spell it C-Y-N-U-S, I believe. And then some are C-I-G-N-U-S. 2 different reporting agencies for stardom, for one kingdom to protect one lady who gives you the word, and that's the only word you're allowed to search for ever. Even if somebody gives you a different spelling, you say, thank you. But I will bring that to who it belongs to, and you physically walk it to save your own neck, your own turkey neck. Yeah, you walk it over to whatever respectable, even though you might not respect them, but we're all getting one Macy's Day Parade float to her one correct position, so we all have happy tomorrow in some whatever we are. Okay, so here's the thing. Well, in my lifetime, I mean, I didn't give you this, but by the time I arrived, I heard the adults talking about something called ATARI, ATARI. For those of you that don't live, oh wait, I have walkie-talkies, hold on. Since I'm in charge of, and I don't want to be like espionage or governmental problems, it's stupid because I'm a fucking god and I'm the only one, dumbass. And we did this at 4, so we didn't have to do this, me calling you out at you thought you were somebody special. Okay, so here's my Europe and here's my America. Okay, I'm still sitting in shitbag prison America, so I'm gonna grab my European like walkie-talkie, like hello, is there anybody, any of the mannequins still alive over there? I haven't seen you. Right. Okay. So here's the thing. America in my lifetime had something called an ATARI. This particular Don't, I'm not doing that with you and business office and which one of your shitbag family members and countrymen and statesmen and reporting agencies, and none of your bone collectors get a fucking thing right before it hits the market. Shh! We're trying to fix the world. Right. Before we set fires to it. All right. So the word ATARI, was a gaming console. For those of you that don't speak English for a first language, it was the most boring game ever purposely. It had one thing over here. Oh my God, it's like Europe and America. Look at this game. Oh my God. And then it had one dot that went dink, dink, dink. Actually, it was called PONG, PONG. But it just went, it's like the pitcher and the catcher just sending dink, dink, same dink, same pong. Oh my God. And then for a minute, it was able to go up a little and then down a little, up a little and down. But that was the whole movement. There was no, like, it didn't come forward and knock out the other one. I won. Yeah, no, we're not playing action figures, guys. Put those away. This is, like, strictly important shit. So, like, the words ATARI gaming console for builders of ships and who already has a ship built in an Intel industry, and then had a vessel like, Ted, you're in. Right, okay. So you can confirm one reality and where you are on your sailing voyage. I won't voyage, yeah, that's what we were hoping for. But we never made it to like champagne and like caviar. No, that never happened. No, we're drinking Starbucks coffee because we can't afford food. And I'm showering like a gorilla in the tub because I live in the ghetto and I have a prince somewhere else spreading that nasty rumor. Why should we help her? She doesn't even shower herself or keep clean. Right, shitbag, because my water is brown. Not that you would know that would actually come out of a tap. Fucker. And so here we are. See that one little X? There's something called a center floor. That's where me and every human built just before me and just after me. It goes to the left, it goes to the right? So it goes like this, right? I'm in the center. Then we have where I also own the upper floor and the lower floor. So there we are. There's Cygnus right there. Right. So I'm in charge of your upper floor, your lower floor, and to the left and to the right. It's always based off of my one center position. So it's not like, again, that I want you to get confused with orientation and the story. Stick with me at the important level. It's once in a blue moon, right? Yeah. By the way, there was a man by the name of Jacoby. He just passed away. He had service medals. I have no idea. In this late stage, never met him, never spoke to him, didn't know what his stories were in order to carry like a memory book forward. His daughter was Barbara Gunder. She was Barbara, Barbara, married to Bobby, Robert, Bobby. and they had the son Jeffrey that died. Right, yeah, but she had, her father was World War II vet, right? He just passed away. She put that up on Facebook as like an announcement to the public. I don't know, it caught my eye with the shiny medals. But I never spoke to him or met him in any of my, like in my late stages of life, anything after a Soviet size 4, let's say. Let's see. I already told you about that, right? And we did the 3, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, because we needed to give you a new landing and sailing operative and understanding of the one mission that all humans are made for, and without having to get into like what's going on in elsewhere territory. So the pie, right, wouldn't ever marry the whatever, right? So now here's the thing, pi, depending on the part of the world you're in and what walkie-talkie you talk on, some spell it as a P-I, some make a really fancy like Stonehenge symbol in MI Britain territory, right? And then there's some that don't even have characters like that. They might have, say, a circle with a dot and a line or whatever. It really all depends on the fluidity for which your education system works, which mine only works because at this intuition point, I own upper floor, lower floor, and left and right, and there's very little of the mannequins teaching anything. So I am on like all systems downed and mannequins everywhere. So you tell me just how honorable and respectful should I be in knowing ahead of time who you were born or worked your way up to in the system of you could be fucking anyone. And it's really not important considering my one gestational position was never moved to where it needed to go and never paired where it needed to pair for bone collecting reports, totals, tallies, taxes, right, to all start coming down in the appropriate manner rather than casting hooks into some unknown next version of grandchildren and yourselves and an unpredictable, unstable system that I told you you were not allowed to create, design, or perpetuate and continue in any form or manner. Are we clear? You've done nothing. Absolutely nothing. Other than steer the one Thanksgiving Day parade, the one that you gives to you and then you thank, and then is greatly appreciative, right? If she had gotten to Christmas on time in the Cigna Christmas, right, that everybody, like you either Cigna or Christmas, right, yeah, well, in this one Thanksgiving Day, right, we're all carrying some kind of, we are just hoping, we're giving help for a minute, we're donating just a little of our help for our own sake and at home things, and for hers, so this way we get everything back on the steady for moving forward, so things start looking right for whatever we like it to look like. In one palette with lots of options, but the people holding the rope don't want to tell you what their palette really likes to look like until we fix the one Christmas tree star Cygnus swan and get her to like where like we have one black swan, one white swan, right? I mean they're both right, Blanco, clearly they're not mixed in any palette, or don't get confused. They come out of the SS correct Nazi poster that we gave some of you as like, yeah, oh my God, look at that. He's got auburn, like de rosa hair, plum. They're blight plum, because we didn't want to get confused with shoe polish and then arguments on charcoal of coloring. So, right. So we had like a lighter, but not orange. No, it wasn't orange, right? Yeah, they get confused on that one. When we say red, they always put orange. And then we say ginger, and then they put orange. And we're like, no, ginger root is actually like the color, this color, or lighter even, almost like the color of GHEE, but again, we don't want to mix the two palettes because one is for skin color and one's for hair, like right, in goat's milk, or right, and then that goes back to like, your mother was a son of a goat herder, right? Oh my God. And the men with respectable beards and cutting off things and disrespecting one another, that was really upsetting, right? Yeah, but here's the thing. It was not meant to be disrespectful when I said it. It was that ghee comes from the milk of a goat. It has more of an orange tint. It means very sacred things to sacred people in sacred places. I am just letting them know I was not one of them, but I wanted to be honest on a phone call so as not to mislead them that I was fishing for something that I was not entitled or belonging to. And to let them know I was more, have you ever seen the milk of maybe they only gave me a reference of a cow. I don't know what an ox milk looks like. So, right, I don't know if pig's milk, I don't know. They said the cow was more of yellow and the cow was more of a white, and then the goat was more of a yellow, and the yellow made a ghee, Ghee, which was more acceptable for a butter, Butter color, between my two walkie-talkies that were having problems with multiple clans that needed to have one understanding of direction because maybe some of their businesses were pulling one of the Thanksgiving Day float strings a little too far into one direction, and they need to say, no, I know that we normally fight. I know, we're both sons of goats. I get it. We're herders ourselves, right? But we got to get together on this one because we need to pull back just a little and respectable so we don't have to talk to the milk people. Right, yeah, no, the milks are doing what they got to do in order to, pull back just a little bit because we got a big, what do they call it? Oh, right, I said the tartan. It was an airship, right, in the I think Austin Wiedemeyer put up 1780. There was this gigantic, in Tartarin, there was this gigantic something called an airship, AIRSHIP, with horns, right? Yeah, that's kind of, but without the horns, without those horns, right? Without that, going over the Capitol building, right, is what the Thanksgiving Day float relation was. But in this version, it wasn't free floating by itself, right? We each had some kind of string. We were trying to steady the tartan and bring it so it didn't crash into, because it was having problems getting to, and it was going to take out the Capitol building completely. And we didn't want that to happen. So we were all trying to hold a string, right, in one reality, one airship, right, okay, so we don't want to take out the Capitol building because that's going to affect us all at business and family and timing and reality and sickness and in health, right, so we're trying to get that one airship at the top into a little bit more of a, but that's going to take some of herders and some goats and some cows and understanding, right? No, she's an IBET. Oh, IBET. Yeah, she's that one. But that's a singularity. She's color of milk and she's an IBET goat, right? Yeah, okay, so that's why we get like her, because she's the only one that, right, knows how to respectfully give us our understanding and once, so we don't have to, right, disrespect each other, and then maybe we could help her out. Right, yeah, okay, so that's what happened. Just an update to Europe, because I'm in America and I'm still looking at mannequins, and we've taken on water in my sailing ship. I'm pretty sure it's sunk at this point on Pinta because I met Anthony, and in fact, actually, it's like you all steered me in that direction, I'm going to be honest. And then all of his buddies and shitbags jumped in, and the weight was so heavy of the Pinta, it fucking just died. And nobody cares, so we're not going to the bottom of the fucking ocean. But guess, oh my God, look at Europe, you are so good to me. Right, yeah, who the fuck cares about all those kids? Yeah, thank you, I am the Thanksgiving Day Parade, let's get the fuck out of here. And then she lived happily ever after. Like, that's what my only shot in hell of getting the fuck, like, you mannequins to move right. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, it's year 2020. Could any mannequin team, we gave you full Soviet size 4 when I was just a little IBET goat, right? When I already knew I had the liking, right? And I was speaking milk and goat and trying to get everybody's without starting all new. Like, you're too conservative and you're too naked everywhere, right? Yeah, no, I get it. I don't want to get in the family business, but whatever.